Hi everybody, it's Elizabeth here in our Light Moon Oracle. Just trying to get my headset sorted out here. So happy full moon, everyone. Did anyone get to go out and have a look and see how beautiful it is out there? If you can see it, it's worth taking a peek. So I'm about to do the full moon reading, and just tuning in to everyone who's going to be on the call tonight and everyone who will be joining later for the recorded version. Thank you for joining us live if you're here tonight. The moon is going to be at its brightest in just a few minutes. So yeah, for this December full moon, there's a lot happening in the sky as always. But with most full moons, and especially this one that comes at the end of the year, we're just anticipating a lot of shifts in big and subtle ways around learning how to connect better with your warrior energy and direct it towards your passion in positive ways. Okay, I think that's good. So just take a minute before I divide the piles here and just asking that my information come through in clarity and for everyone's highest good. Okay, so here we have the left pile and the right pile, and just take a moment and center yourselves and see if any of these piles resonate with you. Excellent. So we'll start with the leftmost pile first. And for those of you that chose a left pile, the karmic wheel, cause creates effect. This is your card for this full moon. And behind you, we have the season of fire, summer, the summer card. And before you, we have a metal card, purifying winds, release, free to change and grow. So for my left pile people, starting with this card, this is the karmic wheel. It is it's a Dharma chakra, so it is a representation of the Buddha himself, and it shows the 8 petals of the lotus fanning outward in the spinning direction. Those represent the Eightfold Path of Buddhism, or one of, there are many different paths in Buddhism, but they do have one school. It's the Eightfold Path. And that just talks about right action and correcting your action to bring yourself more into alignment, and then good actions will bring positive results. And so the karmic wheel is really about your actions direct and cause the results that are happening in your life. So if you want a different result, take a different course, try something new. Focus on positivity and gratitude and see what might change for you. So behind you, my left pile people, is summer, the season of fire. So behind you, you have this beautiful season that was like bright and shiny and energetic and passionate. It's a time of year when you can relax, and the spring harvest is kind of growing and blooming, and everything is really verdant and full of life. And then coming up for you, you have these purifying winds. So it looks like for you, my left pile people, the purification process is maybe a little bit challenging, or you could, maybe use some help with the purification process, which has to do with, really it's simple, it's letting go, but letting go maybe not so easy, even if it's simple. So in this picture, we see someone has written out all the things that they want to let go of, and has cast the papers into the wind, and the wind blows it away. So metal is this card that represents the cutting away, and it's also sort of the air energy of just letting your thoughts go and letting the negative or unwanted or unuseful thoughts just just let those go and make room and space to bring in some neutrality and maybe to bring in more of what you want. So this practice of writing down things you need to let go, this is something you can maybe try in this full moon cycle as it starts to wane. It's a good time to sort of release and consider what in your life is like letting go of a burden or letting go of things that might be weighing you down, and see how you feel. So good luck with that, my left pile people, and thank you so much. That's your full moon reading for today. And now, and just for people on the call in the future, today is December 7th, 2022. Okay, so now we're moving on to the middle pile. Middle pile people, your card for this full moon is the Freedom card. Unshackled, begin anew. And behind you, we have civilization, cultivating stewardship. And then before you, we have the Sprout card. Seeds rise to greet the sun. Okay, so put your pile aside. And so, middle card people, your card for this full moon, this Freedom card, Unshackled, begin anew. There is some hesitation about riding wild and free for you. You can see the rider on this horse is a little bit unsteady, a little unbalanced, still riding. The horse zodiac represents this kind of unbridled freedom. And the moon in the background is definitely offering this intuitive guidance of where and how to take the path. And I'm getting from you middle card people that this is maybe a little bit too, just like riding your horse around the moon. That might be a little much for you. So you can dial it back a little and just see where the freedom opportunities show up for you, and then just have a little taste of it. You don't have to jump on this wild stallion and go galloping away. You can kind of just put your feelers out and sense it and see. Behind you, we have the civilization card, cultivating stewardship. And this is a beautiful card where we see where your place is in the world, your relationship to the environment, your relationship to the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom. This card has to do with nurturing what you love and nurturing your environment around you, whether that's children or family, your relationship. And this card also warns against obsessiveness and indulging in obsessiveness. So these two cards together, it's kind of interesting because this is sort of the beginning of the Fool's Journey, the Freedom card, and the Civilization comes mid-journey. In mid-journey, you're sort of learning more about how you relate and your relationship in society and in the environment and in the world. So it's looking for you, middle card people, that that this new energy or this new something, freedom, something breaking free of something is good for you, and that may come for you in this full moon. And then looking forward into the next few weeks, we have the Sprout card, this wood card, seeds rise to greet the sun. So for this card, this has to do with like just giving some more, kind of similar to this card in this a sense of nurturing. But I see with this wood card, there is a little resistance or maybe some obstacles in the way of your seeds coming up. So just know, like, give them the attention that they need, and you don't need to do excessive amount. You just need to water your seeds. You just need to give them some sunshine, give them some attention, and then just allow them to grow in their natural way on their own. Well, what's important for you is just to be diligent and not forget to water them and not ignore them or just, leave them to their own devices. Like this card says, cultivating stewardship. There is a level of stewardship to allowing your what you plant to sort of come up. You need to weed it and watch it a little bit. So middle card, folks, that's your reading for this full moon. And this reading looks like some diligence in here for you. Some sort of diligence and kind of like this harnessing of your freedom. Like a controlled freedom is maybe a little more in balance for you. And then just riding the wild horse off into the sky. Okay, and don't forget to take care of your little sheep, which you have been doing. Looks like you've been doing that very well. Okay, so now I'm tuning into the left pile. Excuse me. If you chose a right pile, my right pile people, this reading is for you. So for my right pile people, the card of your full moon is the abundance card. What a beautiful card. Centered and receptive, all is granted. And it's so, to me, like this hematite, this healing stone really kind of popped up when this card got drawn. So these two are very nicely paired together. And then behind you, you have this seed card, the water card, patience in darkness for seeds to root. And then before you, you have another earth card. So these two are earth cards, motivation, inspired, making decisive choices. So my right pile people, water feeds earth. So your patience, it seems like we should start with the seed, because I'm getting that there has been, I'm not getting so much light on this card. I'm getting that there's been some frustration around your seeds, or maybe finding it challenging to be patient with the seeds that you've planted. But you need to realize that you can't just put a seed in the ground and then pull it up. It has to come up on its own, right? It has to grow naturally. Any kind of pulling or like digging into the soil to see, is it growing? Is it sprouting? This isn't going to help your seed. The seed needs to take its natural course. So when you think about where you're coming from, just realize things are going to have their natural course and their natural time. And allow, when you feel frustrated or when you feel blocked, when you feel like things aren't happening as fast as you want them to, try to dig into your trust that everything in its time. So this is in the position of past. And this is your card for the full moon, this beautiful, amazing abundance card. And this young woman is just standing in front of the sun and allowing the sun's rays to just bathe her and nourish her. And this card is really about understanding that we are the sun and that we are just complete and abundant all on our own. And it's our centeredness and our alignment with ourselves that really attracts this abundance. And the negative thoughts or doubts or all those things, they're usually not our own energy, and they get in the way of us receiving. So beautiful, abundant card for the right card, right pile people. And coming up for you is your motivation, inspired and making decisive choices. So this motivation card you see, it's another earth card, and it's about having wind in your sails and knowing where you're going. And so once you've chosen your path, you do need to steer the ship, and you do need to make those decisive choices and not slip into doubt. You say, I'm going this way, be confident, be centered, and your earth energy will ground in and allow those seeds to come to fulfillment. So the decisiveness can be tricky, and self-doubt definitely can seep in. So when that happens, I recommend, taking some time to center yourself and check in with your intuition. If you have a way to work on your own self-communication, using this deck can be helpful as a means to sort of check in and understand if your decision-making, finding a decision-making process that feels in alignment and proper and correct for you. Right card, right pile people. So I usually don't do these readings late at night, and I apologize if I'm a little bit foggy, but I did want to do it close to the full brightness of the full moon. And for everyone on the call and people listening, thank you so much for being here for our full moon reading. I'm Elizabeth with the Inner Light Moon Oracle deck. This is the deck. We have the deck and the guidebook available for you in the link in the bio. And I did want to pull up one thing for the left pile people who chose or who received the Wheel of Fortune. This is the Noble Eightfold Path for the karmic wheel, the Dharma Chakra, representing these different actions. And I don't know if you can read it, sorry, but I did want to share that for the left pile people. This might be useful to you coming up. And many blessings to everyone. Again, it's Elizabeth, and I will see you for the new moon in a couple weeks. Okay, take care, everybody.